Before we begin, pause for a moment and imagine this: everything you have ever known.
Time, matter, light, history, existence itself is not the foundation of reality. It is the shadow of a greater world, a world older than beginnings, deeper than eternity, more real than the universe that surrounds you. And at the center of that world stands a king, not a myth, not a metaphor, a monarch whose very being holds reality together. If you've ever wondered what existed before existence, what ruled before rulers, what breathed before breath, you are about to step into that realm. And before we journey further, welcome to the Kingdom Saga, a cinematic unfolding of the story at the center of Scripture, the story behind all stories, the kingdom behind all kingdoms, the king behind all creation. If this awakens something in you, if you hunger for depth, clarity, and revelation, take a moment to subscribe, like, and share this video so others can step into the saga with you. Now, pretty, let us ascend.
Before the first second ever ticked, before the first atom ever formed,
before the first angel ever opened its eyes to the glory of existence, there was a king. Not a king who rose to power, not a king who inherited a throne, not a king who emerged from history, a king who preceded history, a king who authored history, a king who stands outside of history, the ageless and timeless King. In the beginning, before beginnings began, he was, not becoming, not developing, not ascending, simply being, the eternal Son, the radiance of the Father's glory, the exact expression of his nature, dwelling in the unbroken communion of the Godhead. No shadows, no distance, no hierarchy, only perfect love, perfect unity, perfect joy. He was not waiting to be revealed. He was not waiting to be enthroned. He was not waiting to be exalted. He was already enthroned in the eternal now, reigning in the realm where time has no meaning and existence has no edges.
Before time, the king was not surrounded by subjects.
He was surrounded by the Father and the Spirit, the eternal fellowship of divine love. This is the mystery creation can barely comprehend. The king did not begin when the world began. The world began because the king already was. He is older than light, older than matter, older than angels, older than the concept of old. He is the Ancient of Days in the form of the Son, timeless, ageless, eternal. In the realm before time, there was no past to remember, no future to anticipate, no decay, no change, no becoming. Only the fullness of divine being, overflowing with glory. And in that eternal realm, the king was not silent. He was the Word, the eternal expression of the Father's mind, the divine logic, the cosmic meaning behind all things. He was the word spoken before language existed. He was the truth before facts existed. He was the light before photons existed. He was the king before kings existed. Nothing shaped him. Nothing influenced him. Nothing preceded him. He is the uncaused cause, the uncreated creator, the eternal monarch of all realms. And yet, in the eternal stillness of divine perfection, there was a desire in the heart of God, not a need, not a lack, a desire, the desire to share his glory, the desire to reveal his nature, the desire to create a world that could behold the beauty of the King.
Creation was not an accident. Creation was not a necessity.
Creation was an overflow, the King's glory expanding into realms that did not yet exist. Before time, the King envisioned time. Before creation, the King imagined creation. Before humanity, the King desired humanity. He saw the galaxies before they spun. He saw the angels before they sang. He saw the earth before it formed. He saw the story before it unfolded. And at the center of that story, he saw himself, not in pride, in purpose. For the King was not only the architect of creation, he was the meaning of creation. Everything that would exist through him, for him, and unto him. He was the blueprint. He was the logic. He was the gravitational center of all reality. Before time, the king was not waiting for a throne. He was preparing a realm where his glory could be seen, a realm where his love could be known, a realm where his reign could be revealed. And so, in the eternal council of the Godhead, the king stood at the threshold of creation, not as a spectator, but as the source. Time waited for his command, light waited for his voice, matter waited for his breath. And then in a moment that was not a moment, because moments did not yet exist, the king spoke. Let there be, and time began. The king did not enter time. Time entered him. Time flowed from his word, his will, his wisdom. He stood outside of it even as he authored it.
He remained eternal, even as he created the temporal.
The king before time became the king over time. Every second that would ever pass, every age that would ever unfold, every era that would ever rise and fall, all of it existed within the boundaries of his sovereignty. He is not subject to time. Time is subject to him. He sees the end from the beginning because he stands outside both. He holds the past, present, and future in a single eternal gaze. To him, nothing is early, nothing is late. Nothing is unexpected. He reigns over time with the same ease with which he reigns over eternity. And yet, the king who stands outside of time would one day step into it. Not because he needed to, because we needed him to, but that moment belongs to another chapter. For now, we remain in the eternal realm, the realm before creation, before covenant, before incarnation, where the king existed in unbroken glory. In that realm, the king was not defined by his works. He was defined by his being. He was not the creator yet, though creation was in him. He was not the redeemer yet, though redemption was in him. He was not the incarnate yet, though incarnation was in him. He was simply the Son, eternal, radiant, beloved, the ageless and timeless King.
He possessed all power, though nothing yet existed to receive it.
He possessed all authority, though no realm yet existed to express it. He possessed all glory, though no creature yet existed to behold it. He was complete, he was perfect, he was whole. And yet when in the mystery of divine love, he desired to share himself. Not to gain worship, but to give life. Not to gain subjects, but to gain sons and daughters. Not to gain glory, but to reveal glory. The king before time was already the king of love. And so, before the foundations of the world, he made a decision that would shape all of history, all of creation, all of redemption. He chose to be the lamb slain before the foundation of the world. Before time began, the king chose the cross. Before creation existed, the king chose sacrifice. Before humanity fell, the king chose redemption. The cross was not a reaction. It was a pre-creation decree, a decision made in eternity by the king who reigns beyond time.
This is the depth of his love. This is the weight of his glory.
This is the mystery of his supremacy. The king before time is the king who chose to enter time. The king before creation is the king who chose to redeem creation. The king before the world is the king who chose to save the world. He is the monarch of all realms, eternal, cosmic, sovereign. And before anything existed, he was already worthy. This is the king we behold. This is the king we follow. This is the king who stands at the beginning of the kingdom saga, the ageless and timeless king, the eternal monarch, the timeless son,
the one from whom all things flow, and to whom all things return.